So we're going to be jumping right into this battle video. I actually didn't realize for the first turn that I didn't have the hypercam recording. So I believe I got to go first. You can kind of see what my bench looks like. I was able to attach one and get a Deano out there. On his turn, he got a Keldeo, believed attached an Eviolite, and one water. So thanks to the good old Junk Hunt getting my Ultra Ball back, I was able to get a turn 2 Hydreigon, and which emptied out my hand, and then Juniper for a fresh hand. So unfortunately, I don't have the, I think I have a Dark in the discard pile, but I did not get the Dark patch to be able to get off a turn 2 Night Spear, which is still okay. I was really hoping, yeah, there's the dark energy in there. I was more hoping that I would have the dark patch, so I believe I've got 2 blends attached right now, and if I lose this, losing one of my blends is a little more difficult than just losing a dark energy. So I'm going to opt just to Junk Hunt, get a, more like I'm just Junk Hunting just to, you know, I may need stuff later on. So I'm going to go ahead and I think grab the Max Potion, and since I have a candy in my hand, probably the Ultra Ball, to go ahead and get another Deano out on the field to get another Hydreigon out. Big thing is that if he takes out, Keldeo is able to one-shot quite a bit, and so if he's able to one-shot things, and he can attack my Hydreigon, taking out my way of moving my energy around is really going to cripple me. So, let's see what he does. He was not able to get a Squirtle up on his first turn, so he's not going to be able to get a turn 2 Blastoise. And really, in this match, it's pretty much who can get their techs up, their stage 2 techs up faster. Now, it looks like he's attaching a DCE to that Keldeo, so he's going to be able to rush in and go ahead and take the first prize. So, yep, there's the rush in, it knocks out my Sableye, and that hurts more just because it takes the energy off the field. Maybe I should have just retreated and put something else to just stall for a little bit, but oh well, damage is done now. And unfortunately, I did not get again into the Dark Patch to be able to get that energy back, so we're going to have to just kind of climb our way back up. I'm going to put down the Cresselia, and that's more... I mean, really, there's really not a big reason of why to put down the Cresselia, just to really get it out of my hand, so it's one less card, and I still have the bench space for another Deano, so I'm really not worried about that. Right now with that Super Rod in my hand, I'm in a pretty good position. I'm going to go ahead and just Ultra Ball both of my Hydreigons away, and then get them right back with that Super Rod, and also get my Sableye back in. So I'm going to go ahead and get a second Deano up. Again, if he targets and is able to knock out my Hydreigon, that's really going to cripple me. I'm going to leave that Dark Energy in there so that hopefully I can Dark Patch later on. And then we're going to play in to hopefully get into a Dark Patch like that. And I'll be able to start Night Spearing. So we're going to Dark Trans all that energy up to my active Darkrai. And now I'm not going to be able to two-shot his Keldeo since he's got the Eviolite on him. But we're going to be able to do some damage. So, hit the bench Kyurem for 30, and I'm feeling pretty good. I've got the Max Potion in hand to be able to, unless he's able to one-shot me, which again, he did not get a Squirtle out on the bench last turn, so I've got a pretty good shot at being able to, spread enough damage around on his field unless he hits some Super Scoop Up heads, assuming he runs Super Scoop Up, and that'll give me a big advantage. So it looks like he gets a Bouffalant out and attaches a water energy to it. That Bouffalant can really, really hurt later on. Gold Breaker does 120. Nice. He Skylas for a Gold Potion, so that's going to keep that Keldeo nice and clean. Hit the wrong card. So we're going to Dark Trans all that energy off of the Darkrai and go ahead and use that Max Potion to give me a nice, just like he did, heal up my active. And now here's where I screw up. So this is what really, really annoys me about the online game. I should not have been able to use Max Potion on a Hydreigon. It absolutely makes no sense whatsoever, and you just can't do it. Honestly, that move, that play would not have been allowed because Dark or Hydreigon did not have any damage on him. However, the online game does not seem to trigger that quite yet. So unfortunately, by me doing that, it discarded my blend energy, of course, of all things, and I don't have the energy to attack. So right now, I'm going to do a little stalling. I'm going to catch her up a Kyurem, and then I'm going to junk hunt. I just burned 2 max potions, so I definitely need 1 max potion back. In case he knocks out my Sableye, which, I mean, well, I should say, he's going to knock out my Sableye. In fact, I don't know why I just used Catcher anyways, because he's going to be able to rush back in. So that was just a waste of a card that really could have probably been used later. But with Keldeo decks, yeah, Catcher stalls really don't work at all. So I got a Dark Patch and a max potion back. I mean, maybe that really won't work out that poorly for me, considering I'm really not going to really... with Keldeo, you typically don't always need your catchers. So, he's just going to rush in and take out my Sableye. We'll go ahead and promote the Darkrai since it's got the free retreat. And, we'll be able to get that energy back onto that Dark Deano. And, what do I want to do? He's got a DC attached to Bouffalant now. My catcher really isn't going to help me out on anything, so I'm just going to have to end. He's got a 2-card prize lead, pretty much because of that stupid misclick. Yeah. So, trying to decide, while I have the computer search in hand, if I want to go for, I've got the rare candy, if I want to go for the Hydreigon. However, I just realized I only have 2 energy, so I actually have to burn, I want to burn a max potion. I really don't want to do that. So I think I'm going to burn a Skyla and a Deano in order to get an energy card. Really sucks that I have to do it that way, but that means that I can just keep the pressure on and continue to attack. So we're going to Night Spear, hit that Keldeo for 70, and we're going to hit the Kyurem, I believe the Kyurem, for 30, and that will put the Kyurem in range of a Night Spear later on in the game. And that really, I mean, it puts its outrage to 80, so that's really not terribly dangerous. That Bouffalant, it's really not going to make much sense to Night Spirit right now, because it's going to be reducing everything by 20 with its ability, so it's only going to do 10. That's really not, it's really not going to do enough to really be concerned about it right now. And... alright, so he hits me, really doesn't do much. Did he attach? I think he attached water to Kyurem, and ends up just, yeah, hitting me for 110. Got the max potion in hand, so we're going to go ahead and just trans it all off. Not even putting any energy on Darkrai, or not Darkrai, Hydreigon, so it makes it stick out a little more and risk, you know, using the max potion on Hydreigon instead of Darkrai. And, while I don't really want to throw away a rare candy and a dark patch, I have a feeling I'm going to have to Skylo for a Juniper. I don't think I have an N. Yeah, the rest, I think I've played 2N, and looks like my other 2N are prized, so my only supporters left are Juniper. So that's pretty much what I need to go for to keep my hand up. And I'm going to do 70 again to the Keldeo, and we're going to do just 10 to that Bouffalant. We're going to whittle away down at it, simply because there's no need for me to continue putting damage on Kyurem. If I keep on putting the damage, it's just going to hurt me more with Outrage, so I don't want to do that. He attaches a second water to the Kyurem, and puts that into the Keldeo, and hits me again for 110. So right now, he's up to 140, one more Night Spear will knock him out. That sucks that I drew into a catcher. I hate Juniper and catchers, so... I'm actually going to keep that in hand. Knowing that my Darkrai is going to get knocked out, I don't want to give up the Dark Patch as well. So I just realized I have not been attaching energy on many of my turns this game. So I decided just to take out the Keldeo and put 30 on his other Keldeo. So here's where I find out that he is not playing a completely legal deck, which I thought that the new system actually had it set up to be modified, like a black and white unmodified, so we didn't have this problem anymore. Because he plays a Pont and then on his prizes grabs a Wartortle. Obviously, he's not running a high enough line of Blastoise to really make a difference, but yeah, I guess it's still a little eh. You know, when you're thinking you're playing a competitive deck and then, you know, you see a Pont. Kind of throws things off a bit. So I get a Dark Patch, or I play that Dark Patch, get the Dark Energy onto my Deano, I attach an energy for the turn so I can Mewtwo. Now he's got 2 energy on the Kyurem. I'm just kind of looking at what I can do with Mewtwo. I don't want to Juniper away all those resources. And I believe I can take a knockout on the Kyurem and get the prize count up a little closer, and unless he's got the Mewtwo DCE energy switch or plus power drop, I'm feeling pretty good that my Mewtwo will be safe. So I also burn the rest of my resources to get another Darkrai onto the bench. We're gonna put, you know, use another Dart Patch, get another energy on. So now I do have the 3rd energy that I could use to Night Spear for the knockout. And looks like that's what I'm going to do. If I don't need to put my Mewtwo active and risk losing it, the chances of him being able to do a DCE plus power Mewtwo drop are pretty slim. However, he does have a hand of 7 right now, and he'll be drawing 1 more. So definitely don't want to take that risk. So what am I doing? I'm Ultra Balling again. Oh, since I have the candy in hand, I'm just going to play it safe and get another Hydreigon out on the field, just so that I don't have to worry about that being an easy prize for him. Want to make sure that with only 2 prizes left, all of his prizes are as difficult as they can possibly be. So I'm going to put another 10 on that Bouffalant, get myself down to 3 prizes, and now I'm feeling like I'm in a pretty good position. I draw an N, which is great. Get that. I hate that he has such a huge hand right now. And with his Bouffalant being down to 80 after that Night Spear, that's going to be that's going to be great for me. I can knock it out with a Mewtwo with a couple of energy, and then that Keldeo on the bench I can also knock out with a Hydreigon in case I can get into my 3rd Prism energy. So feeling pretty good. Looks like he hits me with Gold Breaker for 120. I'm going to go ahead and attach for the turn, and I'm going to get his hand size down. Not really, I mean, obviously I think I've already got 1 Darkrai in the discard pile. I already used my Super Rod, so there's only 1 more Darkrai in the deck. Chances are it may even be prized. So yeah, I'm thinking that I need to take this Bouffalant out with my Mewtwo. He's got 3 energy attached, you know, 1 being a DCE, so that'd be 60, 80, 100 that I'd be doing with the Mewtwo with 2 DCE. He reduces by 20, which is perfect, so that those 2 Night Spears actually really came in handy. And I can actually go ahead and get another energy on the board using another Dart Patch now that my Darkrai's on the bench. And since that Darkrai is so close to being knocked out, I really need to spread my energy around to make sure that I keep it on the field. My last prize, if I need to load up a massive Mewtwo, I've got the catcher in hand. He's already got 2 energy on that Keldeo. I've got plenty of energy on the field. If I just keep it on the field and he doesn't end me, I should have the game next turn by bringing up his Keldeo and just mass attacking it with my Mewtwo. So there's the knockout, and woohoo! Achievement, my 500th knockout. Congrats, everyone. YouTube got to see it. And so I'm just checking my discard pile again, seeing what kind of resources I have left. My deck is pretty thin, and he goes ahead and ends me. My deck is, this is a good thing, you know, you risk decking yourself out unless you're really careful, but when you use a lot of resources, you know, really weed out your deck of stuff that you don't need, it increases the chances of you being able to draw into what you need on late game ends. So that strategy actually worked out perfectly for me, because I end up drawing right back into what I needed. So he's got, he really messed up by attaching that DCE onto that Keldeo. I think he was hoping that maybe he could stall me for a little while until he could load up, like draw into his catcher to get my Darkrai out, and take his last 2 prizes, but just not gonna happen. So I use the catcher, and yeah, he doesn't even let me do it. But pretty much I'd bring up all my energy onto that active Mewtwo, hit him, knock him out. Sorry about that, you got to see my email. And that's the game. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for more battle videos.